information was saved or lost. If you made any changes, those changes will be saved, and you very easily close the application. It's almost fun to close applications. You know how much fun it is to close applications on your PC. Not a lot of fun, right? And I've noticed as I'm using this device as my main device, I'm on the phone with someone, I like just keep swiping and throwing applications out, or I'm launching new applications. It's a lot of fun to use, which is important from these devices, because these are devices that you carry 24 hours a day. They're always on you. They have to be a delight to use. All right, so I showed you how to launch applications, how to move from application to application, but what's even more important is how we manage your data. We have a feature called Synergy that we announced with the WebOS. Synergy means getting information from various sources on the web and bringing it to a single view. I'm sure all of you have different accounts in different places. You may have Exchange for your work, you may have Google for your home, you may have Facebook for your community of friends and family, right? It's important for all that information to stay separate. You don't want your Exchange contacts to show up in your Google. You don't want your Google stuff to show up on your Exchange. You want the words to be separate, but you want visibility into all the words with a very, very simple interface, and that's exactly what we do with Synergy. So let's go back to the contact information for our friend Sophia here. You see this number 3 next to her picture. Well, that indicates that her information is being linked from 3 different sources. If I tap her picture, you see that those sources are Google, Exchange, and Facebook. So what we are doing is we are bringing her information from those 3 sources. We are not adding 3 different entries to the contact list. We are only adding 1. We don't want to create any duplication for the end user. We want to provide them all the information they need using the minimum amount of space and any sort of mental hurdles in getting to that. So if I get the same mobile number, both from Facebook and from Google, I'll only show it once. I will not show it twice. In this view, we don't really tell the user that, hey, we got the mobile number from Google, the work number from Exchange, or this number from Facebook. It doesn't matter. This is her contact information. This is how I get in touch with her. It doesn't really matter where that information came from. So again, the power of Synergy is to bring all this information in one place and make it useful for the end user. Another application that's very, very important is Calendar. You may have a Google Calendar, you may have Facebook events, you may have Exchange Calendar. And like I explained in the case of contacts, we bring all your calendars together in a single view and we color code them. So in this case, blue is my work calendar, yellow is my personal calendar. Sometimes it can get a bit overwhelming. I only want to look at one calendar at a time. So I can go to the top right here and I can decide, hey, just show me my work calendar, and the other calendars will be filtered out and it will only show me my work calendar. However, you notice here where the Google Calendar disappeared, it still shows me gray shaded area. This indicates that I'm actually busy at that time on another calendar, so I don't double book myself. At the end of the day, even though you're using multiple calendars, you can only be in one place at one time unless you have some special abilities that I don't at this point in time. So it's very important that you don't double book yourself. The other cool thing about the calendar is how we manage free time. Let's say you have a big slot of free time. In this case, I have 6 hours and 30 minutes free, which is a rare occurrence on a lot of our calendars, but let's say it's a good day at work. We don't want to take up 6 lines of space to show you that free time. We can compress it. And if you need to use that time to add an appointment or something like that, you just tap there and that space will expand. If you don't want to use that space, you just tap there and that space will compress. So we are trying to do our best to make sure that the limited real estate of the screen is utilized in the best possible way. These devices are never going to be 24-inch displays. They will always be sort of in this range if you want them to be pocketable, and we have to be very creative in how we use that space. So that's Synergy in Calendar. Let's go to our favorite application, email. The application that controls our life. Again, not surprising, I have my Gmail account and my Palm Exchange account here, and it shows you all in the same view. I also have a concept of all inboxes, so it doesn't matter whether my email is from Gmail or Yahoo or Hotmail email or exchange, it all goes into a single folder. Again, the concept of synergy of bringing everything in one place. I can see all my email in this list here. Anyone here get newsletters in your emails these days? Big, burly HTML emails that probably don't look very good on your mobile device. So what I end up doing is, okay, it's a newsletter, I'll go to my desktop and handle it. Well, you don't have to do that anymore because on your pre, you can see the email in its full HTML glory. You can probably still not read that, but you can double tap and zoom in and read the whole email. So your HTML email problems are all solved using the pre. I can double tap again and it will zoom out. But my favorite feature in email is not that, it's something else. It's about integration between applications. So if I go back to an email from my friend, in this case my friend Brian, not only do I see his picture, but I also see this little, hopefully you can see that, I see this little gray dot next to his email address. That indicates his IM presence. Gray means that he is not online right now. If he was online, that would be a green dot. Let's assume for the demo purposes, he cannot be online right now because one of my friends is offline. Let's assume that it's a green dot and he's online. So instead of replying to his email, now I know that I can just write him an IM back, which can be a more real-time chat rather than the asynchronous nature of email. So I can just tap here and I get all the options to get in touch with Brian. Because he is online on Google Talk, I will just tap here and that will take me to an IM